Ciao guys, I'm back and I am hungry for some bread even though I can't eat it. So we're going to be making bread. Alright, so we're going to start with 280 grams of water, add a teaspoon of yeast and a pinch of sugar, and let that bloom for about 10 minutes. While we wait, let's mix our dry. You're going to add 280 grams of all-purpose or bread flour. We're going to add 150 grams of semolina flour. We're adding 9 grams of salt, or about 1.5 teaspoons. We're going to mix that up. Just make sure it's all incorporated. Alright, we got our yeast. Make sure it's nice and frothy on top. That means it's activated. If it's not frosty, your water was either too hot and you killed your yeast, or you just had bad yeast. So we're going to start pouring it in here slowly. Get about, I don't know, a quarter of it in there. And we're going to stir it up. Get a nice shaggy consistency. Once you've incorporated all your water and your dough looks nice and shaggy like this, you're going to add your mother yeast, which I'll tell you what that is. This is my mother yeast. Basically, I take a pinch off of the dough, and I'll show you how to do that once we get to that point, and put it in a little bit of olive oil and stick it in your fridge for a week. So, and then next week when you make bread again, you throw it in with it. So let me show you how to do that. There's my mother yeast. Put that in with it. And we're going to knead it for about 5 minutes. All right. Just let it go ahead and knead for about 5 minutes or so until it's nice and silky smooth and it's all incorporated. Once you start getting to that sticky consistency, you're going to add yourself a tablespoon of oil. If it's too sticky at the end of 5 minutes, add a little bit of flour. If it's too dry, add a little bit more water. And just let it keep going. Alright, so I had to add a little bit more flour. That's what your dough looks like. You want it to spring back at you, but you want it a little sticky, but not where it's going to stick to your fingers. Okay? Now it's going to go into an oiled bowl. I'm going to put it in an oiled bowl. A little bit of olive oil. Rub that sucker all over so it doesn't stick. And cover it with saran wrap, and it's going to take a nap for 2 to 3 hours. All right. 2 hours have lapsed, and let's see if it doubled in size. Oh yeah. Looks pretty. We're going to go ahead and punch it down. And this is where you pinch off a piece. And hold on a second, let me grab a jar. Yep, you're going to go ahead and grab yourself a piece. Put it in the jar. Add some oil. Just so it doesn't form a crust. And stick it in the fridge for next week. And that'll be your mother yeast, or macilevo dough, whatever you want to call it. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and form my buns. All right, there we go. I formed my little bun. And we're going to cover it up. Let it rise for another half hour. And while we do that, we're going to take our cast iron pot, our well-loved cast iron pot, and stick it in the oven for half hour at 400, so it heats up the pot. All right, there's the bread, all done. Bake it at 425 for half hour with the lid on. Remove the lid, bake it another 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes until the interior temperature is at 200. And it's good to go. Buon appetito.